Yes, guys. Hope everyone is doing good. There's a serious injury problem right now at Leeds United, especially in midfield and defence. That midfield role, losing your captain long term, um, isn't great. Then losing your other starter, what could potentially be just as long, we don't know yet, but at the time of recording, could be just as long. And you're relying on Knacker and Rothwell to not get injured. The point being, the only other option, bar that, is a young player, a youth player. And listen to Daniel Farke's press conference about putting pressure on these players and people talking about recalling loans. For me, it's quite dire to be in a situation like this. I want everyone at the club to not think that they get a guaranteed game, a guaranteed start. I want competition. I want experience. I need more in there. I need more in there for me personally to be relaxed and good about the season. This is a big blow. 2 central midfielders out potentially for long term as well is very bad. How do you react to that? There's 3 free agents that I want to talk about. 3 free agents. One that I actually had no idea was a free agent, and 2 that could work for me. These are the solutions you've got to go with. The first one is Christoph Kramer. You probably heard of the name. But I'll put it this way, right? If the manager relies on the youth, like you said, if it's there, he'll use them. Look, that's fine. That's absolutely fine. But at the end of the day, there is a risk to that, a huge risk to that. That is a lot of pressure. This is just an alternative option to set that floor higher, to bring in experience, to bring in players who know the manager or who have played at this level to a fairly successful level, to be an option. This is the point. These are not going to be guys that are long-term. Well, they might be, but they're not going to be guys that are going to come in, play out every game this season. They are options in that midfield. And the first one is Christoph Kramer. If you've not heard of him, he played for Borussia Mönchengladbach, Bayer Leverkusen. He's won a World Cup. You can't see behind my head, I'll move it. He's won a World Cup with Germany. So this was, obviously a while ago, but he's a very experienced veteran player. 33 years of age now. Of course, a midfielder, right-footed. Currently a free agent, having not renewed his contract at Borussia Mönchengladbach, which he's been at since 2016. Played for Bayer Leverkusen before it. An unbelievable career he's had. Not only that, though, he played under Daniel Farke in the 22-23 season and captained the team at times. Played in almost every game he was available. In the midfield or the number 10, but of course the number 10 role was very different to the one we think about. He's a midfielder, he's experienced, he's an excellent option. He's won a World Cup, he knows what it feels like to win. He's a great voice in the changing room. He's not the player he used to be, but he has been playing at the Bundesliga, probably second or third best league in the world the last 10 whatever years. So it's not like the drop-off is going to be so bad. In my opinion, he still is a good option in the Championship, a very good option. If anything, an exceptional voice and a good player to have in there, who for me can just do the thing and dictate the game. He's 33, he's not 38. He didn't have a great season last year, but the season before that was very good under Daniel Farke. Played almost every game that season. They know each other, they like each other, they get on with each other. He's a free agent currently. There are his stats. Look, 499 career appearances, 271 of them in the Bundesliga. That's the season below me there under Daniel Farke, 29 appearances. Like I said, any game he wasn't injured or unavailable. He had a bit of illness, I believe, that year, a few times. He's predominantly a midfielder, DM or attack midfielder. He can play anywhere, it doesn't matter. He's a very safe option. Brings a hell of a lot of winning experience. Playing at the very top level for years and years. He's played 18 Champions League appearances, 16 Europa League appearances. He's won a World Cup. So I don't know. Is it a bad thing to go in for someone like this? 33 now, looking for that nice little end. Maybe 2 or 3 years in his career. Winning a promotion with Leeds United, helping the manager out. You tell me. The next option is Leonardo Lopes. Hasn't played under Daniel Farke. Had a very good season last year at Cercle Bruges, who I believe finished 4th, 5th in the Belgium League and qualified for Europe. And he was a big part of that. He was a huge part of that, playing in midfield. He's 25 years old now. He's obviously a free agent. 6'6 kilograms, 1.68 meters. He's a smaller guy. but his tenacity, his ability on the ball for me is very good. It's just a decent technical defender, midfielder. To be honest with you, he's a good option who's played a lot of games in the last few years. Came through in League One. I believe he was at Peterborough. He went to Gillingham on loan, I believe. Played 41 games for Hull in, I believe, the 2019 season, in which he racked up 41 appearances, 2 goals, 3 assists. This was when he was like 20 years old. So, and since has been playing in the Pro League in Belgium. But like you said, you can see from the statistics there, an all-round midfielder who likes to go forward, who likes to maintain the balance of the side, decent defensively, quick, covers ground, an option we don't have, brings a little bit of experience of the league, playing there in a season, played in League One 101 times, and his last few years has had some very good years in Belgium. Currently a free agent at 25 years old. You can see his last season there, 23 games, 2 goals, 2 assists from midfield. Another option for me, and like I said, we need players. This is a bad thing for me. I don't think it's bad at all going in the free agent market if there's genuine people I think could improve the level we're at. And the level we're at is we have 2 midfielders and we're looking at youth prospects. Might be very talented youth prospects, but it'd be so naive of us, for me, so naive for us to just say, oh, just use the youth. Well, when that, in a world where the youth lads are feeling too much pressure or there's another injury and that doesn't work, then you're in big trouble. Because the midfield in this league is tough. I love Charlie Crew. Got a really big future ahead of him. Maybe he works. Maybe these 2 stay fit and they don't have to use the youth product. That's a risk for me. That is a huge risk. I don't want any of that stuff. I want solid options that you know will do a decent job. The final one of the 3 is Edouard Michut. Like, I mentioned this guy, what was it? Start of last season, when there was a little link to us and he went to Turkey and he's had a decent end to his season there. He started off first 10, 15 games a bit meh, but after that, he played really well. He played consistently 90 minutes and I believe he's still part of the French, he's 21, he's still part of the French youth ranks. He still plays there. Of course, he played for Sunderland and we'll get into that. He's currently a free agent. He just left Turkey. Can play midfield or CDM. Like this guy, when we looked to him last year, he's the guy I wanted, to be honest with you. He's the guy I thought I like him. I think there's a maturity there. There's a lot of growth still to go at 21 years old. But I like him. He was decent for Sunderland a few years ago. But that was when he was 18, 19 years old, such a young man at that time. Maturity to his game is something he's looking for. He's now looking for a consistency in his career. And like I said, he's an option. This is the point. These guys are there to help out until we have everyone back. And then it becomes more competition, which is absolutely fine for me. It doesn't work, it doesn't work. We could potentially, and I don't know how long Grove's injury is, we could potentially looking at months without another option in midfield, just the 2. I mean, without youth prospects. He's played at this level. Played 24 games that season for Sunderland. The 24 games last season, part of the PSG youth ranks. He said he wanted to move on from Turkey to start a new project. He wants to be part of a team. For me, bring him back, be an option in our side. He's different to what we've got. He's got a little bit of skill about him, a little bit of flair. He's decent on the ball. He can drive you forward. Can be a little inconsistent, obviously. Otherwise, he would be a decent team. But he's so young. He's 21 years old. But he's got experience at that age. I like this player. I do like this player. And like I said, for the 15th time, this is not he should start every game. This is a guy, we're short right now. We need something. And I believe these 3 options are good options for that. This is what the free market is there for. I don't want us to be naive. I don't want us to put risk in these young players. It might work. If we get an injury in midfield or we need to change something in midfield, who are we bringing on? We have to now rely on the youth players. We have to. There's no other option. We can't ease them into it. If we're in midfield and we get an injury, a knock, or it's not working, we need to change the dynamic or the shape of the midfield. You have to rely on the youth, even if he's very good. In fact, I mentioned in his press conference about the pressure you don't want to put on these young guys. Have another midfielder there who is fit and available, relieves that pressure and still allows them to play and develop. So yeah, they're the three. This wasn't in depth. This is just guys I thought of that I like. Here's some names of other players potentially. Check you out. Very experienced. Was at Nottingham Forest last year in the Prem. Very experienced. Some of the other guys more experienced as well. You got Becker there, who I believe had a lot of personal issues. So did Mohamed El Arouche. They both had a lot of personal issues recently, but are still currently free agents. But I'm not sure their status. Good players, but I'm not sure their status. And the other two guys as well had, check QIA and the Premier League. Just options. Let me know what you guys think. We need something. We need options. We need competition. We need to take the pressure off the young players if we have one more knock or we need to change something in a game. The option in midfield is vital. We need a different option for me. And these three guys and these guys here may present that. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. Appreciate all the support. Please like and bye-bye.